This is Jon Young, and this is another great episode of ETX Rocks, featuring Release the Rain.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here, and this is the #1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas. It's the 284th episode of the ETX ROCKS Show, and as you know out there, we are very proud to be an all-genre program, and today is no exception. We're really excited to have one of the best rock bands in the entire state of Texas here with us. At least 2/3 of them are here anyway. We have Kat and Naty from Release the Rain, and you guys are the 2017 Rock Band of the Year from who? Which award show did y'all win that from?
MXD Magazine.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
So that happens for you guys, and that had to be eye-opening, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because we didn't expect that. You know, we got it the year before, too.
So back to back.
Yeah, so 2 years in a row. We didn't expect 1 year.
And 18.
Yeah.
So current, like back to back.
Yeah.
So you got the repeat.
Yeah.
Going for the three-peat next year.
Oh, yeah. What's it called in bowling when you do three?
It's called a turkey.
Yeah, so we're going for the turkey.
So that if you get the turkey, you're all set for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, best time of the year.
Yeah, that's a dad joke. We're 30 seconds in, guys. I already got dad jokes happening. But you guys did bring your instruments, but it's a little bit different. If you guys are a fan of Release the Rain out there, you might know that Naty is a drummer. She's not playing drums today, which kind of blew my mind a little bit. But you guys are going to be debuting a couple of brand new songs here on the show. I want to thank you guys for doing that, first of all, because it's always cool for us to introduce new music to our fan base. I know you guys have to be excited to introduce it to your fan base as well. So tell us about the first song y'all are going to do. It's called Love Lit.
Okay, so Love Lit is one of those songs where it's just like falling in love with your best friend, like the typical TV show drama where you didn't expect it, you didn't see it coming, but it was like there all along, but you didn't know. So it's like falling in love with like someone you didn't expect to. That's kind of what that song's about.
It's our country love song.
Yeah, they were telling me that, and there's no country in this song at all. In fact, I want to see if you guys out there will catch on to what I caught on to when I heard the song. I think I impressed their dad pretty heavily with that. But comment down below if what you hear in this song. We're really excited to have Release the Rain here in the ETX Rocks living room. You're going to hear them live and acoustic, guys. Acoustic, which is not something you hear from these girls very often. So it's live in the ETX Rocks living room. It's Love Lit by Release the Rain. Y'all check it out.
here we are, just you and me, as high as the sky. Let's go into the night, taking flight on those eyes. I never wanna look back, it's still in my heart. Now hold it tight, let's all die. Promise not to say goodbye. And then something hidden, I was laughing. Heart racing like a jet laughing. I'm feeling no regrets. Laughing, I'm falling hard for you. Laughing, this is so overdue. He's definitely gonna be a keeper. And then something hidden, I was laughing. Heart racing like a jet laughing. I'm feeling no regrets. Laughing, I'm falling hard for you. Laughing, this is so overdue. Laughing, heart racing like a jet laughing. I'm feeling no regrets. Laughing, I'm falling hard for you. Laughing, this is so overdue.
All right, so we are back. It's episode 284. We have Released the Rain from Houston, Texas. First time on the show. Two-time Rock Band of the Year. Going for the three-peat in 2019. But you guys used to be called Underage.
Yeah.
You're still underage, but now you just have
Well,
a different band name.
We're underage. Caleb just turned 21 here recently.
Oh, yeah.
So that's part of the reason that the name change happened, because Caleb's
Yeah.
getting old. But
Well, you
another
guys made
reason,
quite a name for yourself in Texas as Underage.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of folks know who you are. You had a lot of fans. So it had to be kind of nerve-wracking to kind of change the
Yeah.
brand a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
When we were on stage, you know, the first time we ever played as Release the Rain, you know, we do our little intro, and I'm going to introduce the band. I'm like, we are under Release the Rain. So hopefully nobody noticed, but now they know that happened. So
Or
probably
we
shouldn't
are
have
the
even brought
band
that up.
Release the Rain.
Yeah. Because
So-
a lot of times I'll say like the band Underage instead of like Underage,
So
just because I mean we are underage, but people know like the band Underage.
Yeah.
But-
Well, see, like when I first heard of y'all, I was like, okay, I get it. Underage, they're all minors.
Mm-hmm.
But what are they going to do when they're 28 or 42 or, yo, we're, going out in your walkers. Yo, we're underage.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought about that once. I'd be like, when we're like old, we could be like overage or something.
Overage.
Well, what you do is you do Underage, then Release the Rain, and then Overage.
Overage, yeah.
That could be the evolution process of the band. I mean, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're all over it already. What does Caleb think?
He likes it.
So, how did you come up with Release the Rain as the name? Because I know that can be kind of nerve-wracking, too, when you have multiple people in the band trying to come up with a name
That
for
was
the band.
That was very hard. We all sat down, tried to write a list, and nobody could agree on anything. It was totally randomness, and we just could not set one. So as soon as we said Release the Rain, everybody was like, hey, I kind of like that. And we're like, that's it, because we cannot sit here any longer, because we were there for hours just trying to get a name that at least everybody kind of liked.
Right.
So once we got this one, it's like, there's no changing it.
And it's
Like,
not the
everybody likes that
wet
one.
kind of rain either. It's
No.
like the
We're
royalty
gonna-
kind of rain.
We're gonna.
Yeah, like Regna. Regna? Yeah.
Yeah, Rigna.
So REIGN.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean to you, like releasing the rain?
So for us, it's like releasing the rain of rock and roll. Like nowadays when you listen to the radio, it's all like computer generated stuff. So we're like coming in with like a new rock and roll, and we're coming in, it's going to be strong. But other people have taken it into like a different meaning, where almost like they're releasing their reign, his reign, our reign. It all kind of means something to everybody else, which I thought was kind of cool. That
Yeah, so the openness is there for interpretation depending on who's listening.
Whatever your reign is, release it.
Yeah, absolutely. Be free. So, you know, I'm reading your biography on your webpage, and the very first line in the biography says, the love child of Halestorm and Paramore. And, yeah, I get it. So, who are the influences? Obviously, that has to be two of them, because, I mean, those are pretty prevalent in the music. But who do each of you individually look up to as an artist?
I would say Lizzy Hale from Halestorm, just because she's really out there and she always does what she thinks is awesome, and she has a great voice, great stage presence. We saw her, what was it, like a year ago at the Woodlands Pavilion. That was one of the coolest shows I've ever seen.
She good live?
Oh, yeah. When she first started the show, it was like a minute-long scream, and I can't scream.
Right.
It just doesn't work out. But
a mix between screaming and singing.
Yeah. She has like a really different, unique voice, which is something I really
think
like.
Lizzy Hale kind of uses the freedom of music to kind of create her own environment, her own world, you know, and I think whatever it is that she's happy putting out there is what gets put out, I don't think she's trying to market to a certain crowd.
Yeah, it's like she's doing her own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
People will come to her, she won't go
It's like I remember when The Familiar Taste of Poison came out, which was completely different than anything she had done before that. And it was so theatrical and so filled with depth that a lot of people were turned off by it. And I was like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is just showing a different side of that, you know? And I love when an artist can use their freedom in that way. And the cool thing about Texas, if you're watching from outside the state, is that independent music is so amazing here, of all genres and all styles. You guys are an independent artist, but you're making a name for yourself all over the state. It's going national now. You guys are playing California and all over the place. You're still so young, though. So, I mean, most people out there are probably saying to me, Boston, ask the obvious question. How old are you guys?
I'm 16.
I'm 13.
Yeah.
What? So this is the drummer playing guitar today. Now, you do play bass in the band. You're also the vocals.
Yes.
16 and 13. There's a third member. There's 4 members in the band, including Caleb. But there is a third member.
3.
Is there 3?
Yeah, just us and then Caleb.
And Caleb. So Caleb plays the guitar?
Yeah. He plays guitar, I sing and play bass, and then she's the drummer.
Okay. So why didn't he play guitar today?
He's at work. Fun times.
Caleb's at work?
Yeah.
So who's that in your hand?
He likes to shape shift.
Yeah, he's a shapeshifter.
Okay.
And he can like transport.
And he's in 2 places at once.
That's one of his superpowers.
Okay.
He likes split.
But so he can shape shift and he can be in 2 places at once, but he can't work and play guitar at the same time.
No, he cannot.
Why
Guitars
not?
are pretty weird.
Yeah.
So like
they random. They're changed all the time.
Are they like kryptonite or something? Like it just zaps all his other powers?
Yeah. Something like that.
They didn't think I'd go to that level with him, that wacky level.
He's coming for Thanos.
I'm there with him, though. He's coming for
Thanos?
what?
Thanos.
Okay. Thanos is a pretty bad dude.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
I hate him.
Do you see what he did to Peter Parker?
Stop it
don't
right
even
now.
get her started. She'll start crying. We were all crying in the movie theaters when that happened.
I loved it.
I don't know if we can continue this.
I saw this
gonna have to
thing
go.
on Instagram. It was like when Tony Stark goes to Aunt May to tell him, like, or Aunt May comes to his house, he'll be like sweeping the dust under a rug.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
That's called an Easter egg.
But I don't think they died. They couldn't have died.
No,
They're
couldn't.
trapped inside this soul stone.
Yeah, everyone's like, they died.
Well, you know, one of the soul stones is time travel, right? So all they got to do is get that soul stone
at
back,
the
go
end of the
back
movie,
in time and fix it.
They showed Thanos in like his own world.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
Which
that's
probably
where
should have
they're
said spoiler alert first, by the way, but
yeah.
sorry about that, y'all.
It's already
Peter
out on
Parker's
DVD.
fine. He's fine.
Everybody's
Don't worry about
fine.
it. Everybody's good.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. I heard you have an obsession with markers.
Yes. It's bad too.
Yeah,
So
school supplies
what's-
time is like the best time of the year for her.
What time?
School supplies.
When you
shopping
go
time.
get
Because
your
everything's
supplies.
cheap.
Just because they have everything. As soon as you walk into like Walmart, there's just
Amazing.
school supplies everywhere. Binders and folders and markers. It's all neat and organized.
So they're just
Some
more
stuff.
readily available during school supply
Yeah.
time of year. So
Yeah.
you're probably living the dream right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with the markers?
I just love them.
Can you even explain
Yeah,
this
try to
obsession?
try to
I
explain to our
can't.
listeners the obsession with markers.
It's a part in my heart that is there.
a part in my heart that is there.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably
wrote a song about markers.
did you?
Yeah,
Bleed
bleed through. It's gonna be coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
So that's coming up in a minute.
So-
Bleed through is about markers.
What happened was, I was sitting in my dad's chair, and I was writing on this paper. I was like doing this, writing my name, and I show my mom. I go, look at this, and I look back on the table. And my name is in the table.
Mom wasn't too
It
happy about that.
bled through the paper,
Imagine not.
and it was on the table.
It's like you look at the paper and say, dude, you had one job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you probably got in trouble for messing up the table.
I tried to get it off. It's still there.
It's still there.
We
So we
did
put
send
like
a
little
picture or
flower
something.
decorations on top of it so you don't notice.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
see. All right, so we've had a lot of artists here at the show, and I have an outside deck right outside the door over here. And one night, I used to smoke, and I would have to smoke outside because it's bad to smoke inside. It's bad to smoke, period, by the way. Kids don't smoke. But during the winter, it gets kind of cold in Texas, as you know. So I would have like a little fire pit out on the
Yeah.
porch so I could smoke out there and not freeze to death. And one night I forgot to put the fire out, and one of the logs fell out over the side of the little fire pit I had and burnt a hole in my deck. Right? So this is similar to what you did with the marker through the paper. So now I've got this hole about yay big. The other hole wasn't my fault. The one that was my fault is what I'm describing now. It's about yay big. And now what we do is we just put a little rug over it. And nobody notices it. But it's not like the rug is. It's not like the hole is in a place where a rug should go. You know, so you come up onto my deck and there's just this random rug in the middle of the deck. People are just like, "Why is the rug there?" I was like, "Don't ask questions." So it's kind of similar to your story about the marker bleeding through.
That sounds like something we did on the beach one time. We were like digging sand. It was like a family vacation on the beach, and we made this huge hole and put this towel over the hole.
Yeah.
I told my aunt, we're like, "Hey, you can come
Sit on
over
the
here.
towel.
It feels good right here." And she falls like,
Yeah,
"Hey."
yeah. See, exactly. That's what we have on our deck. It's just trying to get people to step on the rug and disappear. It's like Pink Panther used to do stuff like that. I think Tom used to try to catch Jerry too with little tricks like that. But we didn't do it as a trick. It was just a goof. Yeah.
You done goofed.
So that was one of the reasons I was like, I really got to quit smoking because I almost killed my whole family last night. You know what I mean? All I got to show for it is this lousy hole in my deck. So now when people come to the house, I'm like, avoid the rug, man. Just go around it. Trust me on this. Now, you guys have played pretty much everywhere you could possibly want to play in the state of Texas. You've played some of the biggest stages around. Mm-hmm. How long have each of you been playing music, and what got you started in it? I'll start with you, Kat.
So, when I was little, I used to just sing all the time. I was the shower singer, in the car singer. But the one time, like the first time I ever got on stage, we were all out at a family dinner. It was like Baker Street Pub, somewhere in the Woodlands. And it was karaoke night. And so, of course, all my family was like, you should get up there and sing. You sing all the time. I'm like, no way. I'm not getting in front of all these people at this restaurant and singing a song. It's like, no way. They're like, the words are up there. It's going to be so easy. You can do it. And I was like, no, there was no way. And so my dad comes over and he's whispering in my ear and he pulls out a $100 bill. It's like, hey, if you get up there and sing this one time and just get over your fear about it, I'll give you this $100. And back then, I think I was 12. And when I was 12, $100, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was a lot of money.
I'm 42. $100 is a big deal.
So
That's called good parenting, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
So, of course, I was like, well, if $100 involved, I got to get up there and do it. And I got up there and I sang some Adele song. And at the end, I didn't expect anybody to say anything because, everybody's eating, talking with their families, and everybody started clapping. And to me, that was one of the coolest feelings ever. Like, I'm just up here singing this song, they're minding their own business, and then at the end, like, they're all clapping for me, cheering for me. So I think that was the big thing that made me want to be like, I wanted to go out and do this. Like, this is fun.
Yeah.
So it was like a big turning point there.
What about you, Natty?
Let's just say, I didn't choose the drums. The drums chose me.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So they chose you, like, did your parents just buy you a set, or were you looking through a music catalog and the drums were like, yo, look at me?
We had like this little tiny drum set, and my dad was playing the drums once, and then he stopped playing and he went to the living room, and I heard something. The drums were like, come here, Natalie. And so I went and I played the same beat that he did. My mom was like, Philip, would you stop playing the drums? She's that you're my mom. She's like, can you stop playing the drums? She goes, what do you mean? She's like, what? And so I was playing the drums because they called me.
And how old were you at this time?
I think you're what, like 8?
8.
Not
8. No,
Not 8. Never mind.
like maybe like 4.
Wow.
And then that stopped for a couple years. The drums did not call her again.
No.
Then a couple
So
years
the
later.
drums just lost your number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then she
Wow.
got a new number and they found it though.
Wow, nice.
So
you just had to make sure that the number was more available for the next
Yeah.
set of drums. So you basically ghosted that first drum set. Wow, that's just cold. No
Sorry.
callback, nothing, right?
No.
So obviously you didn't play the drums today. You played the guitar, and quite well. So where did that come, or where was that transition?
After I actually started playing drums, like a year later, I was like, I want to play something new. Like, I want to start something new. So I was like, why not guitar? So I started.
And then after that, it was like keyboard. And then after that, it was vocals. And then it was like trombone. And then it was violin.
In 5th grade, I played trombone. Then I quit. And then in 6th grade, I played violin. And I quit.
She came back to drums and guitar.
So you just don't call many instruments back. That's what it is.
Well, sometimes I just pick them up. I'm like, let's see if I can remember how to do this. So.
Are you easily bored?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not easily bored with drums.
Mm-mm.
So the drums just talk to you on a different level than the other instruments.
Because there's just like so many different things you can put on the drum set. Like a cowbell. Or like the little bell things that you can put on a hi-hat. And you can get those like little pad things that you hit and they make different noises.
So you're just like totally in love with percussion.
And there's electric drums that she has.
Yeah.
Where, you know that song, what is it called? Dumb Girl by, who's it?
Run DMC or something.
She has this setting
Like,
on an
Dumb
electric
Girl.
drum set that she goes in and we play that song so loud.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like create beats with it and
Yeah.
stuff, like rap beats.
Uh-huh.
Are we bringing that to the stage anytime soon?
Probably. Maybe like a 4-hour set or
Face,
something.
y'all.
Maybe like a 4-hour set or something. We could put it and we can play pop music or something.
So,
Just that one song though, I think.
so you guys are obviously rockers. You did just mention pop. There are some vibes that are not rock within your music. So are you guys writing these songs as well? I assume you are.
Yeah. So our first 5 songs on our first EP, we worked with our producer Walter Lee, and he kind of helped us get our sound. And then these new ones, we've kind of separated and started doing our own thing.
'Cause back
Did
then,
I call it?
Back then, we didn't know what we were doing. So.
No, we were like, let's write a song.
So how'd y'all meet Walter?
He came and played a show down in Houston. I think it was at 19th Hole.
Yeah.
And we were opening that night, and we kind of talked to him, because they have a great band. Their music's awesome. And we were kind of talking to him, and then we played another show with them. We were talking about, because back then, we were just an all-cover band. And he was like, when are you going to start writing some of your own songs? And we're like, we don't know. So he kind of got us in that direction.
We didn't even think about it. We never thought about it.
What was that transition like? Because I mean, singing at a karaoke show is way different than writing your own music. Even playing cover songs is way different than that. So, Walter says that to you, and it obviously opened your eyes. Like, wow, we should take this to the next level. So you sit down, you start writing. What is that like for y'all?
Well, normally Natalie's in there like noodling on a guitar, and she comes up with this cool riff, and I'm like in the other room like doing like my chemistry homework. And she's like, Caitlin, come listen to this. I'm like, finish my problem. I go in there, and she's playing it for me, and it sounds good. I'm like, hey, like, let's build on that. Then we have parts that go with it, the verse and the chorus. and then we'll all go back there and band rehearsal. We'll kind of put it all together. Caleb will start doing his solo stuff, and I'll start working on the lyrics. We all kind of work on the lyrics together because English is my worst subject. I'm
Yeah.
horrible at writing.
We don't need it anyway unless you plan on going to England. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
but
You don't need it. Except
Sorry, I
in
probably shouldn't have
England.
said that with their parents sitting right here, but you don't need English.
You don't.
You
need
don't.
It. You don't.
So
need
just
it.
so you guys know, they are sisters. So, I mean, you are blood sisters. So you're in the same house. And Naty just mentioned that, you know, I'm noodling on the guitar and I can just call my sister in and say, hey, look what I'm doing. What kind of an advantage does that give y'all as a band, being sisters, that you can bounce things off of each other without having to go to a rehearsal space or calling up other band members? What does that do for y'all?
I mean,
Do you think that makes it easier than
Yeah.
possibly being in a band with just a bunch of people that are friends but not blood?
yeah, because we're with each other like all the time.
Right.
And so, especially, like, we're not afraid to tell her, like, hey, like, that sucks. Like, no, put
Yeah.
that back in there. Like, we're not doing
Like,
that.
don't ever play that again.
Yeah. But I think it helps because we are, like, her room's, like, right next to mine. She's like, come in here, listen to this. And it's a lot easier. And we get things done a lot faster. And like I said, it's easier to be like, no, like, we're not doing that.
And musically, are there differences between y'all?
Uh,
I don't really know.
I mean, as far as, you know, like if she's in the room writing something that you don't like, does she have to kind of sell that to you?
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
it just depends on what we're doing, I guess.
she's like, no. I'm like, girl, let me tell you something real quick. Then
Yeah.
I
My
will
sales
bet you
pitch.
10 markers that this is a #1 hit right here.
I actually used to trade markers. Like in class, I'd be like, hey,
Yeah, at
want
school?
to trade this?
It's like
She-
baseball cards.
Yeah. Like,
Do you
Levi,
have any
our little
rare
brother.
ones? Do you have any rare ones yet? Like really hard to find markers?
No.
No, she just gets the new stuff. Whatever comes out. Oh, gotta pre-order.
You're pre-ordering markers.
I follow Papermate and Sharpie on Instagram.
I think, actually, when we first came out with our first EP, Natalie's on Instagram, and she's, like, messaging all, like, famous people, like Tom Holland
Yeah.
for Peter Parker, like, go listen to our music. And she's, like, DMing, like, Papermate and Sharpie, like, go listen to our music. Oh, my gosh. Give me a sponsorship. Sharpie, sponsor us.
Sponsor us so we can like sign stuff.
So we can sign our autographs.
Well, they're probably not going to offer you a sponsorship since you're reaching out to both of them.
Oh.
That's like playing
think
both
about that.
sides against the middle.
I'm gonna have to pick which one I like.
Yeah, you're going to have to pick one.
Well,
Stick
Sharpie's
with
bleed
it.
through,
Yeah,
so they're out.
Sharp-
but they help us
sorry.
write songs.
Actually, yeah.
Plus, you know, you're probably, you know, signing your autograph a lot too. You're going to have those. you need
And
those
Papermate
Sharpies.
has, like, pins. They have the felt tip.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
so they
much
have
more.
gel
They're
pens.
much more
Yeah,
versatile.
Yeah. So I
It's
think
a hard
that's
one.
probably the way.
Yeah, it really is. It's a tough decision. Gonna have to think on this one hard.
Make a pros and cons list.
I have my pins in the car right now.
Now, do you guys have?
In my backpack, I do. I have them.
I'm surprised you left them in the car. They're out there unguarded.
Unsupervised, like,
I'm worried about my
Yeah.
babies.
Man, all right, guys, we're gonna have to speed this up so she can get back to her babies. So, are there, you know, when you guys are songwriting, are there differences in style between the two of y'all?
It depends on what type of mood we're in.
yeah.
Like if we're in like a softer mood, we write a softer song.
You write what now?
A softer song.
That makes sense.
I guess we'd say, like, Love Lit is our softer song.
Yeah.
This is a country love song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts off kind of soft, and then towards the end, like, we have some double kick and
Yeah.
crazy solos over the chorus and stuff.
Well, what you're doing is extremely unique. It's very catchy. You mentioned the riffs. Are you coming up with a lot of that, or is Caleb?
I think it's
It's
kinda,
a mix between both.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a mix.
collective
like,
thing?
she starts it and he finishes it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a together
Like,
thing.
sometimes when we're in band practice, we'll be going through the songs and we don't know what to do next, and he just plays like a random thing, like a random riff, and I play like a random beat, and it makes a new.
It's
part
more
of the
like
song.
when they're getting off task, and I'm like, okay, like I got homework to do.
She's
Let's
over
get-
there
let's get this
screaming
next
at us.
song.
I'm like, we're
And
trying to
they're,
make a new
like
part.
noodling back there, and Caleb starts playing something, she starts playing a beat, and then it's a song. Well,
And you're over there,
practice,
stop
but-
playing.
Well, how hard is it for you guys to balance the schooling with the band stuff? Because I know being as a part of the music business, you have to have an extremely thorough work ethic to make it as a band, especially in Texas. So how hard is it for each of you to balance the schooling with the music?
I'm only in one pre-AP class. So, it's
So
not that
Natalie
hard
has-
for me.
She doesn't have very much homework. But I'm in, at school, I'm in the Academy of Science and Health Professions.
Wow.
So it's like the school inside of Conroe High School.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in like specialized classes for like the medical field and engineering. And so when I get home at night, I have 4 or 5 hours of homework every night.
Wow.
And I'm in dual credit classes, which is like the college professor comes in and teaches to us. So that's pretty hard. So I go to school, and I have to be there at 7, and I'm there till about 3. And then as soon as I leave there, I go and get my little brother from school, go and get her from school. And then we go up to our music school that I teach at, Warehouse Rock Academy. That's where we do our stuff. And then I teach that night and run band rehearsals and stuff. And then I go
Wow.
home and do my homework. And then at 5 in the morning,
You have to
it's-
eat.
So you're a
Yeah.
busy gal.
Yeah,
Wow.
a little bit.
All I have to do is a couple of math problems. That's basically it. So,
And then line up your markers and
make sure everyone's there.
do they have names?
No. Just, like,
So how do you tell them apart?
by color.
Oh, by color, never
That's
would have
called a
guessed.
lob ball. So their names are just by color, like that's blue and that's red.
Yeah.
What if you have like 6 black ones?
Well, they're different. They're like gel, felt tip.
Yeah.
So
There's different
she
types
knows.
of
So you
markers.
totally understand this.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
taught her a lot about the markers.
Which marker should I get? These or these? This is a 16-pack, but this is a 20-pack. Which obviously the 20, but
I've spent a
Why
lot
is
of
the
money
20
on
pack
markers.
always cheaper too?
Yeah.
yeah. I
Isn't
don't-
that weird?
Yeah. Especially
Maybe,
if you go to
like-
like Sam's Club, it's
Yeah,
always cheaper
yeah.
than like Target.
Yeah.
And then she always buys them like new home, so she gets like a whole bunch of new pencil bags too. So
Mhm.
that's
Well, it's a good problem to have. Could
Yeah.
be much worse.
I guess. It's a little bit rough sometimes.
All right, so once again, we're sitting here with Release the Rain. It's Kat and Naty, the sisters from Houston that are the 2-time Rock Band of the Year. What's the name of the magazine again?
MXD.
That's what I thought. MXD Magazine. Is that based out of Houston?
I think it's based out of Dallas. I believe.
Yes, it is based out of Dallas. Good job.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, you guys are going to play another song. They've been talking about it for a while. It's called Bleed Through. It's based on the life story of the destruction of Mom's Table. So tell us how this song was written.
Okay. So, I was sitting in my dad's chair. What? Okay. And I wrote it down and it bled through the paper. And my mom got mad at me. So, I was like, wait a minute. Bleed through your colors. Bleed through. I can make a song out of that.
So it kind of like, for her, it's like for markers. Like, her markers bled through and all the packages they didn't.
But most people think it's about, like, real life.
Yeah, they take it as like a person. Like the person, like your true colors are always going to shine through no matter what you do, blah, 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 blah. So it's like the fake people.
I think that's
guess.
brilliant, what you guys are doing. It's hard, especially in the 21st century, to have relevant lyrics in rock and roll music. You guys are doing that. You're extremely unique. The riffs, the melodies, the lyrics, everything is so cool. You guys are not even 18 years old yet, and you're putting out this amazing music. You guys should be really proud of yourselves, honestly.
The king games you play, they never end. Is this the way you treat a friend? We're going in circles, getting nowhere fast. You're making a mark on me, but it won't last. Your colors, they gleam through. I'm locked inside, it's so cold true. You're pulling me in so deep. I don't want this to repeat. Your colors, they gleam through. I'm locked inside, it's so cold true. Colors, they gleam through. It's time to get rid of you. Your colors bleed, it's hard to see. Your friends shut up, now it's you and me. We're going in circles, getting nowhere fast. You're making a mark on me, but it won't last. Your colors, they bleed through. I'm alive inside, you're so cold true. You're pulling me in so deep. I don't want this to repeat. Your colors, they bleed through. I'm alive inside, you're so cold true. Colors, they bleed through. Time to get rid of you. You know I'm watching you. I'm watching every move. You know I'm watching you. I'm watching every move. Can't get through to you. Your colors, they bleed through. I'm locked inside, you're so cold true. You're pulling me in so deep. I don't want this to repeat. Your colors, they bleed through. I'm locked inside, you're so cold true. Colors, they bleed through. It's time to get rid of you.
All right, so we are back, and we're here with Release the Rain. At least 2/3 of them. Or does the shapeshifter make it more than 2/3? Or
I think he makes it. No, that doesn't make sense. What I was
No,
about
I'm
to
gonna say he's the other third.
Yeah.
but he doesn't play guitar,
No.
so it can't be the other third. That would be all three of y'all. Let's call it like 2 4/5.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 2/3 and a half, but it doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, Natty. 2/3 and a half. That should be the tagline for the episode. There it
2/3
is.
and a half.
2/3 and a half. Yeah, people are gonna be like, "What the heck?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you just heard "Bleed Through." Another brand new song, by the way. I appreciate y'all sharing that with us and the audience out there. Incredible stuff. Are these two songs going to be on the new record?
Yes.
And you guys are currently in the studio for this?
Well, we're in the process of writing the new song. So
Okay.
we've got, is it three new songs? So we're gonna.
Are you asking me or her?
Her.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got 3, so we're in the making.
Now, is this going to be another EP, or are you going full length for
We're
this?
gonna go full length for this.
Nice.
One, so
So the EP came out when?
Oh my, like
well, like
1934. Just kidding.
Incorrect.
Wow, that was
Like-
before EPs existed. That was awesome.
What, like
I
2
bet you
years
that was a
ago?
big selling EP.
Oh yeah, it changed the world.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
I think it was 2 years ago.
Like one.
What, summertime?
Summertime.
So this is available on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all the normal places.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if people are just hearing about y'all for the first time, where can they follow along with y'all on social media?
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and it's all at Release the Rain.
Okay.
That's the little.
And I know you guys have releasetherain.com as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the EP is available on the webpage as well.
Yeah. And if you come out to our shows,
You can
we got
buy it.
CDs.
Y'all have CDs?
Yeah.
I want a CD.
We got CDs. We'll get you a
Yes.
CD.
We definitely want a CD. As you can tell, we like to advertise our peeps. So we'd love to have you on the wall.
Yeah, I want to be on the wall.
I definitely want to thank you guys and your mom and dad and your little brother for spending some time with us today. Your little brothers and triplets in triplets in trouble.
Triple trouble.
Triple trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Try saying that 42 times fast, y'all.
Trouble.
That's
No,
hard.
I'll wait. Keep going.
Triple trouble. Triple trouble. Triple trouble.
We're sitting here with Release the Rain, episode 284 on the ETX ROCKS Show. Follow along with everything these girls have going on, as well as Caleb. Caleb's an important ingredient to this.
Yes.
He is the 2/3 and 1/2 of the Release the Rain. And you can follow along with everything they have going on, again, at releasetherain.com. Buy the music everywhere at Apple Music, Spotify, and get ready for the full-length release, debut album for Release the Rain. Due when?
Oh. Tomorrow.
Why would you say tomorrow?
You're like...
Do you see all that pressure?
Incorrect. Not tomorrow.
Next
What?
year. Spring.
Spring of 2019. We'll go with that.
Tomorrow.
Also, you guys can stream the music on Spotify. What I like to tell people, if you're a fan of the music, make sure you're purchasing a copy of the music either at a show or on iTunes, Amazon, and stream the music as well. So you have the music in your library, but stream the music instead of playing it in your library, because then they get paid for the spins as well as the actual buys for the record as well. You can do both and help them twice.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you're following along with all the social media. I think you guys are on Instagram and Facebook, right?
And Twitter.
And Twitter. So all three of those, and it's at Release the Rain on all three, I believe. So make sure you're doing that. Hit the follow button, hit the like button. That helps the artist way more than you could ever imagine. And it's completely free to do that. Again, unless you hit the button twice. If you hit the button twice, they're going to charge you $12.22 in Japanese yen. So don't hit the button twice, y'all. Just once. We tell them that because if they hit the button twice, they either unlike or unfollow, and that's not good. Don't be that guy, right?
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be that.
No.
Because they don't like yen. If you're hearing about the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, definitely want to thank you guys for spending some time with us this afternoon. We are the #1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas, bringing you the best of independent music of all genres and all styles in the state of Texas and beyond. Super excited to have Release the Rain here. 2-time Rock Band of the Year. Going for 3 in 2019. That'll probably happen, I bet.
I hope so, yeah.
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 Make it happen. Is that fan voted?
Yeah, it is fan voted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are very popular as well.
Yeah.
Do your friends in school know that?
Yeah.
My friend.
But they're more of a...
Her friend in school knows she's popular.
Your friend.
My friend.
With the D. Non-polar.
No S, right?
It depends.
How does it depend?
She's awesome, y'all. I was told she wouldn't talk.
I'm proud of myself today.
You should be. If you are following along with everything we have, if you want to follow along with everything we have going on, you can find us at on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're located at ETX ROCKS. If you're listening on our audio podcast, this is also available in high definition video over on the YouTube. So make sure you're checking us out on video. We're all fabulously good looking people.
Yeah.
Even Caleb.
I think he's the best.
I agree. He's really short.
You got some.
So if you want to know what the heck we're talking about, y'all, go over to the YouTube and check us out on there. It's episode 284. Just put it into the search engine, ETX ROCKS 284. It'll pop right up. Click on it, watch it. You guys will really, really enjoy it. While you're there, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Hit the little bell next to subscribe. That'll notify you when we have new content up. Almost 1,400 videos there for your viewing and listening pleasure. So hit the subscribe button if you're a music fan. You'll love it. I promise. Hit the like button too. That'll let you know that you like. That'll let us know that you like the video. That's why they call it the like button.
Oh, really? That's
I think so.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
New
I
information.
didn't even make that connection.
Do you think that was like a weird kind of meeting, like the bunch of big wigs and suits are all sitting around a table?
I bet.
Like, okay, we have this thing called social media now, and what I'm thinking is people could like put these little things on a timeline, and we'll call those posts. And then we need some kind of button that other people that see the post can let the poster know that they liked the post. So what should we call this button? And now, like, in my mind, I'm envisioning like 30 people all coming up with ideas, you know?
I would never have thought of liked. I don't know who thought of that.
Yeah.
They're genius.
I would have thought of dislike, but...
It took years for the dislike button to come along.
But that's bad.
Yeah.
Don't click it.
Dislike is bad. Don't dislike this video. That was a double negative in that sentence. Don't dislike.
So now they're going to be confused because do they do it? Because
They better
if it's double
not.
negative.
They better not. I'll hunt them down.
All right.
Don't dislike this video.
Don't.
Don't be that guy. But yeah, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell.
Ding.
Ding. That's all down there below. Also, I have to mention that the link to their webpage will also be in the description below. And we also are completely self-funded on the ETX ROCKS Show, which means we're low budget. And I emphasize the word low. We are so low budget that we have Walmart lamp trees as our professional lighting. So hook a brother up with some support, y'all. You can support us at www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And today we will take American dollars, Egyptian pounds, Indian, what do they have in India? Rupees, and drachma. That's only because that's a really fun word to say. See, she loves it. Drachma. No more Robert De Niro. No more Bitcoin.
Drachma.
Hashtag drachma marker sale.
2/3 and a half.
That's right. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that's right yet. That's the last thing I say in the show. It's because of y'all's generous support out there that we just recently launched a brand new website. I'm laughing because I can see Dad back there going. It's because of y'all's generous support out there that we just recently launched a brand new website over at www.etxrocks.show, and we have over 11,000 hours of content there for your viewing and listening pleasure. Every single live song that's ever been played on the show is right there in an internet radio playlist. By the end of the day, their 3 songs will also be in that playlist, as well as the other 500 or 600 songs that we've had played on the show. So that's always a lot of fun and a good way to find and like brand new artists that you haven't been exposed to before. So that's over to etxrocks.show. And as we always say on the ETX ROCKS Show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
ETX rocks.
That's right.
And you watch me bleed like it's nothing.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.